From Bruin Park at Bethel High School, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula Boys Baseball. The Kecoughtan Warriors visiting the Bethel Bruins. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to a sun-drenched Bethel Bruin baseball stadium in the sports complex on the campus of Bethel High School. Bob, we've got a beautiful afternoon for baseball.
Man, I tell you, this is about 40 degrees difference than it was last weekend, and it's unbelievable. But this is really nice. It's blue sky, and these people are really ready to play today. It's going to be a very competitive game. Both these teams going to be in the tournament, we hope.
And that is the incentive of the afternoon for Kecoughtan, as they are in 6th place, and that would give them a berth in the tournament. So they have a stronger incentive, if you will, to win this game than perhaps the Bethel Bruins do. This afternoon's game is brought to you by Zooms, with 5 convenient, or at least 4 convenient Hampton locations, by Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director, and by Gear Up Printing. Again, we want to welcome all of you to our final regular season baseball coverage. We, of course, had Hampton and Phoebus a couple of weeks ago, and now we have the 12-4 Bethel Bruins and the 7-9 Kecoughtan Warriors. The Bruins, as you watch the warm-ups from pitcher Steve Mingy, and he will be working with Tony Arena this afternoon. He will be the catcher. Tony will.
Who do we have in blue today?
The officials behind the plate will be Larry Hagan, and on the bases will be Dick Van Sickle. Andy Foley was concerned about my mispronouncing his name the way I'd spelled it.
Well,
don't worry about it, Andrew.
Don't worry about him, Andrew.
That's right. Don Scharouse is here this afternoon, I understand.
Oh, yes, he is. As is Nat Braxton and Ron Baton and Sarah Bowers. In the truck, we have Bev Penn and Scotty Bowers.
And they've gotten all the plugs they're getting for the afternoon.
That's it. We will pick a player of the game for both these teams, and that player will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Buckwalter Engraving, located at Kecoughtan Road. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 723-6067. Dave Buckwalter is the owner. Shirt comes from the Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods, and they're located in Pecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
Game time finds the temperature in the low 80s, not uncomfortable, although a little warm for the weather conditions we've recently had. But a pretty good breeze. Yeah, we'll definitely take it. We're talking about a 40% chance of rain. It does not appear to be a problem at this point, at least. The wind blowing in from right field will benefit the pitchers in that sense. But again, that will be a variable wind this afternoon. We'll see how that develops. We are just about set to get this one underway, as the leadoff batter for Kecoughtan will be stepping to the plate, and it will be the shortstop, number 14, Chris Klein.
Tim, you need to go talk to this young man. This young man can hit a golf ball. He is one of the better golfers on the peninsula, and knowing you need all the help you can get. Have you been to get any lessons yet?
Yeah, the lesson I learned is don't move into too small a place, because you'll end up moving 12 months later. But yes, I'm starting my lessons next week, as a matter of fact.
Good.
All right, we are underway. The first pitch is hit to left center field, and the left fielder drifting over makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out.
And the left fielder, Chris Lesser. I'm sorry, I'm the wrong one. Where is left fielder? Anton Tucker for the Bruins.
Anton. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 13, Jason Stover. Batting right-handed. And he fouls off the first pitch.
Well, they're going out. They're coming out swinging. First
Came
pitch
out of the dugout with
down.
their bats not on their shoulders.
Well, this is one thing. I was talking to Bouchard earlier today, and he says Kecoughtan is really hitting the ball. They're really putting on some offense. He says, especially the last 5-6 games.
Mingy delivers. This one hit right center field. This one's going to be trouble, and a diving attempt for the ball does not come up with it, and coming in head first, diving into second base, Stover with the double. Nice hit and a good effort by the center fielder.
Oh, I tell you, the center fielder made a tremendous. That's Travis Cobb. I mean, he dove, and I thought he may have come up with it.
I thought he was probably about 6 inches away from making that grab. An excellent effort on his part.
Well,
but Stover is in at second.
They are hitting the ball. Are the Warriors.
The Warriors now will have Sean Rowe, their starting pitcher, at the plate.
Just a sophomore, young man. His dad, if you remember, we did the game last year at Kecoughtan. His dad does the announcing there, and I talked to him in the stands today.
Ball is outside and gets away from the catcher, and down to third base is Stover.
You don't have to worry about moving him now.
Probably be deemed to be a wild pitch, as it was well outside and unable to come up with the ball. Tony Arena just could not stop it from getting by. There's a very short distance behind the home plate to the backstop here. Mingy delivers. Strike called.
Oh, that caught the corner real good. Sean plays not only pitcher, he's starting pitcher today, but plays a lot of shortstop and center fielder. Mother, good friend of ours, Debbie Rowe, is one of the lawyers in downtown Hampton. Know she's proud of this young man.
Curveball is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Game is scheduled for 7 innings. Season winding down for Peninsula Baseball. Mingy delivers, hit sharply in the hole, and that will score a run as Stover will come across. And at first base, Sean Rowe helps his own cause with a single and an RBI. So still just 1 down, 1 across, men on first, and this brings up the right fielder, Sherrod Jones, number 22.
Young man is good size young man. Played on the basketball team at Kecoughtan.
I remember.
This year. Richard, I'm losing his last name. The JV basketball coach over this is his dad.
Back safely, the quick throw over to first. Jones at the plate. On deck is Chris Lesser.
Batting cleanup.
And on first, 1 run in, 1 out. And so far, the Warriors have connected every time, with the only out being a long fly ball. This one high and tight. Jones has to back out of there.
Batting .206 coming into today's contest.
Apologize to the fans right up front. We'll try not to sniffle into this phone, but boy, as nice as the weather is, the allergies have been really a problem for a lot of folks. That one's just at the letters, gets the call.
Yeah, I see my buddy Ben Parton here. He's got a grandson who plays on the Kecoughtan team. Comes down and plays golf quite a bit at the Woodlands Golf Course.
You get to see an awful lot of people you know at the golf course, don't you?
A lot of fun.
Hopper to shortstop, takes a bad hop over the shortstop's head and into left field, and the Warriors will have runners at first and third with just 1 out.
Man, that did take a strange hop. And, Tim, the outfield is really high. If you look, that ball just died once it got out into the outfield, and that was why who was that run? Was that Rowe running?
Rowe is on third, yep.
Yeah.
They could have elected to go with a pinch runner, but they did not. As you watch the replay, that ball ate up the shortstop.
Well, and had it not died after it hit into the outfield, Sean would probably not made it to third.
So Chris Lesser steps in. He is the left fielder for the Warriors and swings at the first pitch for a strike. Runners at the corners, Rowe on third, Jones on first.
Both of these teams have a lot of underclassmen. Bethel has 3 seniors, and I think Kecoughtan has only a couple. Chris is one of them. Got the highest GPA, 4.03, ranked number 27 in his class.
Outstanding. Mingy delivers, again off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lesser. On deck is Craig McKinney. Warriors with 1 run in on 3 hits. Unofficially. I gave that last one a hit.
I think I would have. I just don't think he would have gotten it. Once it took the weird bounce, it went way over his head.
He just never had a chance. That ball was belted pretty hard, too. A little bit low. So the count moves to 3-2.
That was a hard one to let go. That looked awful good coming in there, but just a little low. Good eye.
Mingy fakes over to third, trying to catch Jones, perhaps breaking towards second, but Jones was not. Foul back out of play. Top of the first inning, Kecoughtan 1, and Bethel yet to come to bat. Warriors have runners on first and third with 1 out. This one is popped up into shallow center field and is going to drop in there. That was one of those Texas leaguers. That'll score a row from third. And Jones will move down to second. So the base hit, the fourth of the inning, puts Lesser on first. And Jones at second with still just 1 out. And Craig McKinney will be the batter.
One of the other seniors got a 3.39 GPA. Plays second, third, and in the outfield.
So the Bruins getting beaten up a little bit here early in the ball game. Got a couple of runs in already against them.
We saw this happen at the Phoebus Hampton game.
Yeah.
Remember, they jumped on the Phoebus pitcher real well, and after that, it was a close game.
Right at the letters for a call strike. This one belted to left field. Left fielder coming in cannot make the grab, but he will be able to keep Jones from advancing further, and the Warriors continue to pound the ball.
Well, Bouchard was not wrong when he said that their offense is really in high gear, that being the Warriors.
We got a double and 3. We got four singles.
Hits. 5 hits.
Yep,
wow.
5 hits in the inning. For the Bruins so far, they've been really quite fortunate because they've only allowed the 1 run, but now it's getting down to crunch time because there's no room on any of the bases.
I don't see any spaces out there.
Yep. So we got the center fielder up now. This is Nolan Cutler. Cutler is swinging right from the get-go, and it's in the hole, or base hit. So the Warriors score another one. So Cutler hits safely. And the Warriors now with 3 runs on the board and still have the bases loaded with 1 out.
I think Roger's going to go out and talk to the pitcher.
Roger Bouchard, of course, we didn't mention the coaches. Should have. Roger, of course, the longtime coach of the Bruins, and his counterpart over at Kecoughtan is John Green.
And I see the young man he replaced, Buddy Denton, in the stands today. Go on over there and talk with Buddy a little bit.
The batter, when play does resume, will be the DH, Jacob DiCarlo. So if this is any indication of what we're in for this afternoon, Bob, we could be here until the cows come home.
You got that right.
You see some of the fans enjoying this beautiful late spring afternoon here on, let's see, this is the 7th of May, 1999. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz with the Channel 46 crew at Bruin Park. Yeah, you see some more of the fans in attendance working on their tans.
There you go.
Kecoughtan Warrior fans over to our right here.
I was going to say a little something about the man, but I'll catch it later. Well, they're getting ready to go here.
Okay, so the conferences have broken up. Do you have any pitching statistics on Mr. Mingy?
Yes.
I was looking for those in your book and couldn't find them.
Has 2 complete games, pitched in 8 games, 30 innings, and his ERA is 2.74.
So he's been kind of roughed up here because I really didn't think this was typical of his outings as a rule. So DiCarlo takes the first pitch and gets the ball.
This is just a ninth grader. This young man, not many ninth graders make it to the varsity. Good hitter.
Ooh, and he will get hit by the pitch, and he'll get the base and an RBI. That's taking one for the team. So DeCarlo is hit by the pitch. And that'll bring up the ninth batter of the inning. And that'll be the second baseman, Danny Williams. Still, bases loaded up with Warriors. This one is hit hard, left center field. If this drops in, it could mean 3 or 4 runs, at least 3 runs. And, well, they'll just get 2. A good job of getting the ball back quickly. But that ball was just shy of being out of here. So your number 9 batter, who's normally considered to be generally a light hitter.
Oh, not today.
That one.
He's batting .231, and that's not a slouch in any manner. But
so I think Danny, Roger Bouchard is going to make a pitching change. Tough afternoon. Young man, not typical of his normal performance. And, sometimes you just have those days, and there isn't necessarily a good explanation for them, but they happen. And the Warriors, as you said, not to be redundant, or too redundant, have been hitting the ball extremely well lately. And, boy, have they come out.
Well, they come out, jumping on the first pitch, Tim. They're not even looking at they're saying that thing is in the strike zone, we're going after it. WHCS Channel 46 welcomes you to the Math Zone, a live televised interactive call-in program for students to get help with their math. Join Tyler Elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis Middle School teacher Sherry Martin every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Call 850-5426 and join the Math Zone.
What's the pitcher's name? Kurt Smith. Kurt Smith will be the pitcher?
New pitcher.
New pitcher?
Let's see what Kurt's done. He's been in 7 games.
You have some other changes, too, by the way. I want to let you know.
Pitched 29 innings. He's got a 2.14 ERA. We'll see how he handles these strong-hitting Bruins. Warriors, I'm sorry.
9 batters have come to the plate for the Warriors. And there are 7 hits. 6 runs.
Mingy is going out to where? Shortstop? Third base.
Mingy's, this is what I was hoping to have happen. So we'll pick this up. But let's see. Mingy will go to third. And thank goodness I'm going to have to find out this gentleman's name next to me here. Let's see now. Mingy now will become the third baseman. And in number jargon, that makes him number 5. Position number 5. And let's see. Who else is going where?
Well, see, Kurt Smith was at
Ray. Okay, so Ricky Ray will no longer be the DH as we had him. He will now become the first baseman. Any other changes that you can see?
Did we lose the DH then?
The pitcher left the game.
No, the pitcher's in the game.
I'm sorry, the pitcher has moved to...
Somebody...
Copley has come out. So Copley will come out. That's what will happen. Copley was third, and now he's out. So you catch all those in the truck?
Well, I don't know if they got them in the truck. I didn't get them here.
All right. Well, here it is. So we got your new pitcher is Kurt Smith. The starting pitcher moves to third, and Cliff Copley, who was the third baseman, is out of the game, and the DH becomes.
Well, Copley didn't stay in long, but he had a 4.0 GPA, Tim, just 11th grader. His third year with the varsity. He's number 89 on the football team. Played tight end and wide receiver. Spanish Honor Society, National Honor Society, Boys State. Want to talk about him. He's not going to be in the game, but we're still going to talk to him.
He might still get in, I guess. I don't know. Can they re-enter?
You're asking the wrong guy.
All right, we're back to the leadoff man who flied out. This time hits it sharply. Good play to knock it down by the shortstop. Long throw, and he's not in time. And a run scores on the play as DiCarlo comes in from third. And Williams moves over to third.
Ricky Ray did a tremendous stretch to try to get him at first. And that was a leadoff hitter.
That was his second at-bat in the inning, having flat out on the first attempt. This time he beats out the infield hit, and that was a nice effort by the shortstop for the Bruins to get him, but just...
Well, I tell you, Chris Klein has improved. He was batting .471. He's got 2 hits already?
No, actually one. He's 1 for 2. He flied out to the leadoff. Runner is going. Throw to second is in time. Nice throw from our catcher for the Bruins to get the base runner.
Is that Mr. Arena?
So Tony Arena does a good job and gets the runner at second. So the count on the batter remains 0-1. And this one's in the dirt. Williams down at third base is chased back.
1-1.
Count is 1-1 to the batter. 2 outs now.
Stover batting .481, Tim.
No, he didn't hurt his batting average because he's 1 for 1 this afternoon. Smacks this one to the shortstop. And a long throw is in time to retire the Warriors. But let me get my abacus out here. To
Your who?
my abacus.
Is that Jim?
That's a Jim abacus. That's right. So we have completed a half an inning, and we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits.
7 runs. Ooh.
7 runs, 8 hits. Got a man left on. And that was a rather good start for the Warriors, you might say. So we'll keep you informed of the changes, and there were some changes, as we mentioned. But
We used to have a little thing here. Used to hold that.
yeah, I know. They put a new tabletop on here. And
now I'm sliding
took
all over
away
the
our
place.
little ledge there. Used to catch all the pennies that rolled down.
Is that what it was?
Hey, look. Want to remind everybody again now, the game this afternoon brought to you by Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. Appreciate their corporate support of our broadcast here on Channel 46. Also, Zooms, where you get that great Citgo gas and great food. They have wonderful food there. They got those potato wedges, and they got that fried chicken, and they got your
Beanhouse coffee.
Beanhouse coffee, and all kinds of good stuff going on at Zooms.
And of course, for all your printing need, contact Tom Gear at Gear Up Printing and give him a call at 827-7.
827. Bottom of the first inning.
There's
We'll
the
find
Bruin lineup.
homestanding Bruins, and that is the lineup as it originally was given us. There have been some changes to that now, and we may not have been able to pick up on those. Mingy, in fact, on your screen is the pitcher that started as a pitcher, but he has moved to third base. And Ricky Copley has moved to first base.
No, Ricky Copley.
Ricky Copley moved to first base, and Kurt Smith has become the pitcher. See, the first baseman, Kurt Smith, is now your pitcher. Ricky is your first baseman. Mingy moved to third. And
there was Ricky Ray, not Ricky Copley.
Ray.
It's Cliff Copley.
Cliff Copley. That's what I said.
Ricky Ray is on first.
Yeah, that's what I said. Who's on first?
What's on second?
I
We'll
thought
have
you
a
did
good
real
time.
well just picking up some of those changes. The bookkeeping in baseball is something that you have to go to school to learn. That has more statistics.
Travis Cobb is a senior, Tim. He's going to Campbell University, Division I in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, on a baseball scholarship. Rogers got 3 seniors, and all 3 of them are going on a scholarship.
You mentioned North Carolina and not there in Bowie's Creek. I have to brag a little bit. Colin, my stepson, just got a job. He graduates from college next week from VCU.
And the next big thing is get a job, right?
He has been hired as a research student for Duke University.
Fantastic.
He'll be working in the mountains of North Carolina coming in June. So we're very proud of his efforts. He's done real well at VCU, got his degree in biology. and he is going to work for Duke University. Foul back.
Travis been a starter for 4 years. Made first-team All-District and second-team All-Regional last year.
1-1 to Travis. On deck is Antoine Tucker, and Kenton Ray is in the hole. Fouled back out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to Travis Kopp.
Let's see what we got for young Mr. Rowe. We got a
Sean Rowe, the pitcher.
2.74 ERA. Pitched 46 innings. Now you got to stop it. And that's exactly what he did. I don't know if you could see down there. I guess you can see down there.
So 1 up and 1 down. Of course, that's how the Warriors started.
Yeah.
After that, the floodgates opened up.
And Mr. Tucker's a senior going to either Delaware Tech or Leesburg College on a scholarship.
You got a chance to see the replay there. This one is skied to the air. The center fielder running in and is called off at the last second. And Jones, the right fielder, comes over to make the out.
Man, what a nice move.
Hey, for a big man, he moves well.
That's some moves.
So the Bruins will send now Kenton Ray, the right fielder, up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Batting from the right side.
11th grader is Kenton, 3.25 in his GPA.
Rowe's first pitch is a beautiful pitch, right on the corner. Call strike. Working quickly, Rowe, curveball. This one's hit well to left field. Left fielder will not get to it. This ball will bounce off the fence. And Kenton Ray will motor in with a stand-up double.
That was a solid contact.
Everyone's hitting the ball well this afternoon.
Yeah.
All the hits have been real solid like that. And this will bring up Kurt Smith, who started at first base and now has become the pitcher, and he'll be batting left-handed.
Well, he's 11th grader, 3.7 GPA. Been on a team for 3 years. Been on a team since the freshman.
Rose pitch. This one's popped up, and it will go back out of play right behind us. Two down here in the bottom of the first. Kecoughtan 7, and the Bruins nothing. Good look at Sean Rowe as he gets the call, the signal from his catcher. Delivers. This one hit to the right side, and that will be in the hole for a base hit, and that will score Ray from second base. So Kurt Smith helps his cause as the Bruins get one of the runs back. Ray scoring from second on that 2-out single to the right side. And this now will bring up the shortstop, Guillermo Gonzalez.
Just a 10th grader. Tim played last year on the team's got a 3.5 GPA.
And you saw the effort, the fine effort it was to get the ball, but Jones, the right fielder, ultimately had to make the play.
Well, both of these teams are diving and going for the ball.
Gonzalez, the batter, with 2 outs. Mingy on deck. This one popped up, right side, first baseman, catcher. First baseman makes the call and makes the grab for the 3rd out. So Gonzalez pops out to first, to end the inning. But the Bruins are able to get one of the runs back on the 2-out single by Kurt Smith to score Kenton Ray from second base. Let me do my math here. We had in the inning for the Bruins, they had 2 hits and 1 run. So after 1 complete, Kecoughtan 7 and the Bruins 1.
Well, Tim, we last Monday we were supposed to do a softball game with the Phoebus Phantoms and the Kecoughtan Warriors, inclement weather and the nasty field postponed that. We will pick that game up this coming Monday at Asbury Park, but the time is 6:30, not 4:30. So that should help you a little bit. You don't have to leave quite as early as you normally do.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned the time change, because we do want the fans to be aware of that, and that is a 6:30 start on Monday. So a lot of folks who normally might not get off work in time can make the effort to get out there to Francis Asbury, and that will be a 6:30 start at Francis Asbury. That'll be Kecoughtan hosting
Phoebus Phantoms. The last time they played, Tim, 12 innings, no decision. Kecoughtan has had 2 ties in their illustrious career over there, and both of them have been get their hands with Phoebus. And then Wednesday on the 12th of May, we're going to go back over Darling Stadium and have a doubleheader, girls and boys soccer, Bethel against Hampton Crabbers.
All right, leading off the second inning for the Warriors will be the pitcher, Sean Rowe. Sean singled and scored in the first and takes the first pitch high inside.
Batting .478 is Sean. On base, Tim, .621.
Wow. And he's on base again as he sharply singles to left field. So Sean has done his own damage so far, 2 for 2 on the afternoon. And this brings up Sherrod Jones, who also had a hit and scored. I didn't pick up what John was doing. Getting a pinch runner, is that what he got?
Yeah, I think he's going to get a pinch runner. It looks like it's number 11 for the Warriors, who would be Jamison Jones.
All right, so we got the pinch runner on first. Didn't elect to do that last time.
No.
So Jones now with a runner on first.
206 is all Jones is batting, but
this one is going to be tough, and the center fielder able to make the basket catch, and then back to first. Almost was able to get the pinch runner. Almost good throw.
It was an excellent throw.
So an excellent effort to make the catch out there as Jones ends up flying out, and the pinch runner, Jamison Jones. Jamison Jones, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, Jamison Jones. He has to stay there. And now Chris Lesser will come to the plate. He, too, had a base hit and scored in the first. And a call strike.
Well, he's batting .370 coming in today's contest. The team is batting .325 as a unit, so they are really stroking the ball. .325.
That is awesome. Nice pitch to get strike 2. So Kurt Smith is ahead on the count, 0-2 with a runner on first and 1 out. And just misses outside. Top of the second, 7-1 Kecoughtan. And Smith has it fouled down first base line, out of play. So Lesser swinging behind the pitch. On deck is Craig McKinney. And in the hole is Nolan Cutler. Softball on Monday, soccer on Wednesday.
Oh, you ought to see the plaque. You ought to see the plaques. It's got a baseball pitcher or baseball player in the corner, and it's got a soccer, and then a softball. Oh, it's really good.
Had the appeal, and base umpire, who has a better angle on it, said nope, no swing. 2-2 the count. This one hits sharply left center field. Left fielder coming in, makes the grab for second out. Now again, Kecoughtan still hitting the ball well.
They're making solid contact with it. It's just
So 2 outs now. The runner still at first base. That is Jamison Jones, the pinch runner. There you watch the replay and the grab by the left fielder, or center fielder rather.
216 is bad is the average for Craig McKinney.
Call strike to McKinney. Jones takes the lead off of first. Smith checks him. Comes to the plate. A little bit low.
1-1.
1-1 the count with 2 down here in the top of the second. Call strike. Just caught the corner at the knees. This one away. Good stop by Arena to prevent the runner to advance. Tony Arena in the least favorite position you and I would ever want to play.
Man, I tell you, it's a tough position, but it's the only position that you get to see everything that's happening.
Oh, you're involved in all the plays. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away, but first base being occupied, they have to throw down in any event. And so the first strikeout of the ball game is registered as the Warriors get a base runner, but that's it. The runner stays on first. The leadoff batter got there, Sean Rowe, the pitcher, but Bruins, or rather the Warriors, not able to move him around. So we played 1.5, as you see the fans there enjoying some cool libation on this rather warm afternoon. Good crowd on hand.
Tim, David Allen in Zooms is recognizing the senior on each one of these baseball teams today with the highest GPA, and these players will receive a plaque for outstanding academic excellence, and this will be probably the first school board meeting in June. And right now for the baseball for Bethel, Travis Cobb is the young man, and for the Warriors, it is Chris Lesser. We're looking forward to recognizing these young people with doing all this extracurricular along with their academics, just doing an excellent job.
And we really appreciate David Allen and the folks at Zooms for doing that. It's one of those things, you know, so many times there are criticisms of the emphasis on the sports abilities and the scholarly part of the program gets overlooked, and that's an excellent effort on their part to recognize these young men and young women. All right, for the Bruins, bottom of the second inning. First pitch is a call strike to the leadoff man. That's Steve Minge.
Well, Steve is just a ninth grader, Tim, 3.38 GPA.
Swing and a miss. So quickly behind on the count. Sean Rowe pitching rapidly. And this one hits sharply. Takes a hop third base and a long throw to first in time for the first out. So the first out of the inning will send up the catcher, Tony Arena.
Tony, one of the seniors, also played on a golf team. Another guy you might want to talk to.
A lot of people can help me. I'm in need of a lot. I haven't picked up a golf club. I haven't swung a golf club in 6 months.
Oh, wow.
It can't hurt. Foul tip off the...
Well, we could just get about anybody to give you a little help.
I'm afraid to go out to the driving range for fear of what's going to happen. Finally, my new house, I have a flat backyard. Donna had bought me a net so I could practice my swing. So I'm going to get out there.
I'll come out and see you.
Yep. Pitch is low.
Oh, when we having a big housewarming?
Soon. We're going to have a big graduation ceremony this coming weekend. Not this one, but the following weekend, I should say. This one is out of play. Research assistant. That's what I was trying to remember what Colin's new position is. With
Research assistant.
Research assistant with the University of Duke
So that means he can move up from a research assistant to a researcher.
That's right. Be a full-fledged researcher.
There you go.
Ball and 2 strikes. This one is hit to center field. High enough to get under it and make the grab for out number 2. And this will bring up Jared Ulsh.
Just a 10th grader's Jared, 4.18 GPA. Second baseman, 4.18.
Wow.
And he gets it from his mama. He sure don't get it from his daddy.
Careful now.
Oh, I know his daddy and I know his mama.
Oh, okay. Just want to know how you knew. Hit to the right side. This will be playable. First baseman up for the catch and an easy out for the first baseman to record, unassisted. Ground out to the first baseman, and that ends the inning. So the Bruins go quietly 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. And we've played 2 complete now. And after 2, it's Kecoughtan 7 and Bethel 1.
Scotty, how we doing on the tape? Okay, just what? Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
You're talking about, about on the half hour. I'll be looking at it.
Who are you talking to? That is this the background that we get to see how this TV thing really works?
I can hear you in it. Yeah. Just trying to keep abreast of the situation.
So that we don't look up and see a blank screen?
That's right. We've done that before. Oh, something will happen.
If you just joined us, you're watching the baseball game between the 12-4 Bethel Bruins and the 7-9 Kecoughtan Warriors. Bruins in second place, Kecoughtan in sixth place. But right now, the score in the favor of the underdog Warriors, 7-1, as they exploded for 7 runs and 8 hits in the first inning. Bruins came back and got a run of their own in the bottom of the first, but that's how we are now as we move to the top of the third. 7-1 in favor of Kecoughtan. Kurt Smith in relief of the starting pitcher Steve Minge for the Bethel Bruins. The batter will be number 6, Nolan Cutler, the center fielder. He singled and scored in the first.
Well, he would start off batting .286, so he's improved that a little bit.
Yep. Batting right-handed, Cutler steps in. Smith's delivery is low for a ball. Wind, as I mentioned, blowing in now from center or left center, if you will. So
it
definitely
feels
favoring
good.
the pitcher, but the batters have just totally disregarded any wind this afternoon. They've been belting the ball. This one out of play. Warm afternoon, temperature in the low 80s. Forecasters said there was going to be a 40% chance of rain, but I think we're 100% chance of sun this afternoon.
The only rain I could see, even possibility, way off in the far horizon, is kind of cloudy.
Yeah, let's not get too rambunctious here.
Oh, it's going to have to move to get here before we get out of here.
7 innings is the scheduled length of this game. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here in the third. Smith delivers. This one's hit sharply right center field. That'll be a base hit. So the Warriors, who definitely came out of the dugout swinging this afternoon.
And they're hitting the ball, Tim, in the gaps. They're really not only getting good contact, but good placement.
Cutler 2 for 2. And he is on first, as the batter now will be the DH, Jacob DiCarlo.
DiCarlo's batting .213.
DiCarlo got an RBI the hard way in the first inning. He took a pitch in the back. Got hit by a pitch. Not to imply that he wanted to. This could be a double play. Over to second, over to first. And did he hold on to it? Well, if he did, it wasn't in time in any event, but it was close to a double play. So DiCarlo reaches first on the fielder's choice. Cutler out at second base, and the Bruins now will see Danny Williams come to the plate. Danny had a double his first time up.
And he's batting .231. And another junior. There are 2 seniors on Kecoughtan team and 3 seniors on the Bruins team. So both of these teams are going to be real good contenders next year.
Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher, and DiCarlo will easily take second. Oh, and 2 the count to Danny Williams. On deck is the leadoff batter, Chris Klein. This one, good stop by Arena to keep the ball from getting away and letting DiCarlo advance another base. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. This one hit to the third baseman. Tries to hold the runner at second, does. Over to first in time for the second out. So now the top of the order, Chris Klein will step in with runner on second and 2 outs. On deck is Jason Stover. Should Klein be able to keep this inning going?
Chris Klein been on the 2 years on the JV before moving up to varsity this year. Plays shortstop in addition to being a pitcher. And as I told you earlier, Tim, the young man can hit a golf ball. I got my old buddy Joe Horrell standing here to my side, checking out the action at Bruin Park.
Klein takes the pitch for a call.
I'm sure he was over hitting a golf ball today too, weren't you?
Beautiful day to
He hit
do
it
it.
real good. Let me tell you, he was 1 over on the front line the other day.
Is that right?
Got him again today.
Uh-oh. Listen to that. He's
Swing
putting it
and
to
a
him.
miss.
Got him again today.
Man hits the ball, Tim, and hits the cart path, just keeps going and jumps right up next to the green.
Oh, he's one of my guys.
Yes, he's
huh?
one of your guys.
2 birdies on the front.
Oh, 2 birdies today.
Me and Fernie have both 37. Carson threw his hat down.
Oh, you guys are just eating up poor Kit Carson. Just one of you need to get on his team.
He didn't want us.
Ball is a little high. A ball and 2 strikes to Chris Klein. 2 outs here in the third.
Kecoughtan come out, jumped on the ball. They were going on the first pitch, and they just been making contact all along.
So our plate umpire Larry Hagan has that real thin chest protector. He's a better man than I, but I will tell you something. I'd have one that's about making the first base coach do the 1-2 step over there.
I tell you, that looked like my shot on the 8th green the other day. This ball was shanked right over there like that.
They're keeping the coach alive down at first. Count remains 1-2. Outside 2-2. Bruins trying to stem the tide here, keep the Warriors from getting any more runs while they can try and get back in this game. Down by 6. DiCarlo takes his lead off a second. Smith delivers, and this is going to be a tough play here. This ball will be they're going to call it a foul ball or foul ball. You're going to say it was a foul ball off of the plate.
That would have been a close play at first.
Yep.
They'd have to call that.
So nothing comes of that except a foul ball. So they'll just do it all over again. Count still remains 2-2. That's a swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Arena, but he easily throws the runner out at first. So that will be the second strikeout of the ball game for Smith. And the Warriors unable to score DeCarlo. He ends up stranded at second. So the Warriors now have 10 hits, 7 runs, 3 left on, as we will move to the bottom half of the third inning. Bruins 2 hits, 1 run. 10 hits, 7 runs for Kecoughtan. I want to remind everybody that we will have a softball game that will be played Monday evening at 6:30, Francis Asbury. That'll be Kecoughtan hosting Phoebus. That'll be seen here on Channel 46. And then Wednesday, we will be at Darling Stadium. And we'll have soccer for you, both boys and girls, right here on Channel 46. And again, Zoom's Citgo, one of our corporate sponsors this afternoon. I want to thank them, along with Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director, and Gear Up Printing, where Tommy Gear and the Gear Up Printing team are ready for you at 827-8277. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the third inning for the Bethel Bruins. This will be Ricky Ray. He was scheduled to be the DH, but when Mingy was replaced, he moved over to first base, and Cliff Copley ended up being pulled from the lineup. Rowe delivers off the plate for a ball. The Bruins down by 6, trying to get something going here in the bottom of the third.
Well, Ricky's just a sophomore, got a 3.08 GPA.
And he's on with a base hit.
That was a nice, solid hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a double. So the Bruins in good shape.
Wow, what a stroke.
Leadoff batter Ray hits the ball sharply to center field for a double. So the top of the order now, Travis Cobb will be up. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up.
Well, Travis is batting .333 coming into today's game. Had 57 at-bats this year so far.
Ball is high. This is where we ought to do all of our games, but this is perfect. We got a little bit of shade here. We got a great view. Our microphones.
A little bit of shade.
Perfect.
You've been in the shade all day.
Well, you keep me in the shade. That works.
Wait a minute. I'm keeping you in the shade. I don't know about to think about that a minute.
Beautiful baseball field. Bruin Park, just in great shape.
Oh, I tell you, Roger was out here early this morning working on the field. And then he taught his classes, and then he come back out and work on the field some more.
A long day for the coaches. And he'll be out here raking the field after the game is over, too, I bet you. Two balls and one strike to Travis Cobb. On deck, Antoine Tucker. Strike called. Evens the count at 2. Bruins got a runner on second with nobody out.
I'll tell you, Cobb has had 10 walks this year. And when he gets on base, he's a threat to steal.
Foul back out of play.
Almost like he was going to let it go by, and then at the last minute decided that maybe he could punch that thing over into right field. You want to hit behind the runner.
Hit he does. Hit it to right field. Looks like Jones will be able to make the grab. Tagging and advancing to third with good speed is Ricky Ray.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to be able to put the ball where they've got to make the longest throw if they're going to try to catch the runner. And that was a good job by Travis.
So with one out, Tucker is the batter.
Tucker batting .404 coming in today's contest with 47 at-bats.
Dude, I've been pronouncing it Antoine, but it might be Antone.
Antone, I think that's probably what it is. We've been known to mess up a pronunciation every now and then.
I want to apologize right up front if we have, or if we do.
Yeah,
Is that right, Bib?
if you don't think we can't mess it up, ask Don Chiraus.
Right, Bib? Or is that Bob? First pitch is outside. So the Bruins now with a runner on third and one out, trying to get back in this game. Of course, you can only generally do it one run at a time. So,
What don't they call you, Kim Toll?
Kim Toll. Been called worse than that.
I'm not going that way.
And it is
Oh, that's fading
pasted.
away. Yeah,
That one is over the center fielder's
maybe
head.
3 bases.
With Tucker's good speed, he's going to wisely hold up. Good throw from center field.
Excellent. Center fielder.
But Tucker got all of that one.
That was Nolan Cutler out there in center field. Nice arm. But that ball just was fading away from him. He just couldn't get to it. Boy, as we say on the golf, it was slicing away from him. You know how that works, right?
Is there any other way to hit it? Kenton Ray is the batter. He had a double after a couple of back-to-back doubles here, or at least 2 doubles in the inning. They had a out sandwich between them.
Well, he's batting .351 coming into today's contest with 57 at-bats. 5 doubles on the year coming in today, and he's had one already.
He doubled, and he hits this one down the line, just foul.
It's
Foul by
about
a couple of feet.
Yep.
He tomahawked that. You see that ball was up there high. He did like I like to do, just chop at it. So a long foul ball. With that, the runner will go back to second.
John Green says, I need to talk a little bit here. And while he's doing that, let me tell you a little bit about Tommy Gear. He's on the board of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Peninsula. They have over 200 little brothers looking for big brothers. If you're interested, give them a call at 827-0110. They need volunteers to spend 4 to 5 hours a week with their little brother. Kids start as young as 6 years old, so give them a call. Tom Gear and Gear Printing. Very interested in the community. And, of course, Tom now is one of our councilmen.
Yeah, they're still over to school or school administration.
And you can get a copy from him?
Yeah. Scotty Bowers, 850-53...
5365. 5365.
5365.
All right. Ray back in there after that long foul ball. Tucker takes his lead off a second. And
Trying to get the signal right. They're
the
not
plate.
sure what we want to do here.
Well, we know there's one out here in the bottom of the third. You got a runner on second, 1 run in, and a count of 1-1 on the batter. Rowe delivers foul back out of play.
That was a little off speed. Or,
Little off, kind of a slow curve.
yeah.
Slurve, I think they call it.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Kenton was reaching for it.
Oh, it's there, and all of a sudden it's not.
Yeah.
You find yourself just.
Well, he got a piece of it, so it kept him alive.
Now the batter steps out as Rowe takes too long.
Well, the Rowe stepped back first, Tim.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure because he's got a man on second, so he's got to watch his.
And that man is going. Ball is in the dirt. And stealing third easily is Tucker.
And that means he's had 16 stolen bases coming in today's game, so that gives him 17. He leads the team in stolen bases.
So now the Bruins, with one out, have a runner at third. 2-2 to Kenton Ray.
Hey, knuckleheads, pick up your headset.
That's a little low. So the count runs full.
I heard. Got you covered.
And a swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. We'll return to Bruin Park after this brief timeout for a tape change.
He knocked.
Well, back here at Bruin Park, while we were in the tape change, Kurt Smith, the pitcher, flied out to right field to end the inning. So you did not miss anything. It was a high fly ball that Sherrod Jones made the grab on it. In fact, here is the replay. And I mean, it was a high fly ball, and Jones, plenty of time, got underneath it and recorded the third out. So we've completed 3 now. And the Bruins got another one back in that inning. So now our score after 3 complete is Kecoughtan 7 and Bethel 2.
Just want to remind you that we will pick a player of the game for both of these teams, and that player receive a plaque and a shirt. Plaque comes from Buckwalter's Engraving, and they're located on Kecoughtan Road. The shirt comes from Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods, and they're located in Pecoughtan. We appreciate both Dave Buckwalter and John Roberts helping us recognize players of the game. Been doing it for many years. And I was telling you earlier, Tim, these plaques are really neat. The ones for soccer have got a soccer ball on them on the left-hand corner. The ones for softball have a softball, official softball on it, and the baseball has a baseball player. So they're really
that's a good plan.
Very unique.
It sounds like a real good plan. All right, we move to the 4th inning, and the leadoff batter for the Warriors will be Jason Stover. And on deck will be Sean Rowe, and in the hole will be Sherrod Jones.
481 is Stover coming into today's game. Had 54 at bats.
Stover 1 for 2 this afternoon. Looks at a strike, 1-1.
Yes, caught that outside corner.
Swings and hits the ball to the shortstop, up with the ball. Over to first, pulled the first baseman off the bag, and that will result in an error on the throw as Stover reaches safely. So that will bring up the pitcher, Sean Rowe. He is 2 for 2 this afternoon.
Batting 478 coming into today's contest, Tim.
It hasn't done anything to hurt that average.
No, 46 at-bats, played 106 innings. Played every inning that the Bruins have been in this year. Has 20 RBIs.
The Warriors with a base runner here in the 4th. Rowe goes for the bunt and misses the ball. Quick throw down to first and back safely. Jones on deck, and then Lesser is in the hole.
See how many times Sean has sacrificed. He sacrificed one time this year.
Hits to the right side. First baseman up with the ball over to second. Bad hop. Or short hopper, at least. Another error on the play, and back-to-back errors allow the Warriors to get 2 base runners. Went for the lead runner, did the right thing, but Ray, just a freshman, I believe you said he is.
Yep.
threw that one in the dirt, and the second baseman could not come up with it. So Jones will come to the plate with nobody out and runners at first and second. Not what the Bruins wanted. They hurt themselves now with 2 errors, or it remains to be seen whether they've hurt themselves.
Well, they had a chance to get the lead runner and a possibility to double it up. And then all of a sudden you've got no outs off of that play and runners at first and second.
Jones hammers it. Center fielder going back and has time to make the grab. That ball hit straight at him. All he had to do was back up about 5 steps, and
A little bit of power there, wasn't it?
Jones got a lot of beef behind that
goodness.
thing. The Warriors have just come out swinging from the very moment they hit the field and have really paced the ball. They've got, in the game now, they've got 7 runs on 10 hits. And we're just in the 4th inning. So this brings up Chris Lesser. He is the left fielder. He singled and scored in the first, then flied out in the 3rd. Swings at the first pitch, back to the pitcher, over to second for 1, and over to first for the double play. Pretty double play.
That was nice. They got out of that inning didn't give up anything.
That was now this is where I get to really work on my math here. 1, 4, 3 double play.
Your math, you add those up, that's 8?
That's 8. They got 8 up.
I didn't know how to work that.
So the Bruins, as I said, it remained to be seen if they were going to hurt themselves. They had 2 errors in the inning, but it did not hurt them as they were able to get out of the inning with the double play. So we're going to move to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and that could be just the spark the Bruins needed as they trail by 5. They've been chipping away at that 7-0 lead. The Warriors got on them with the 7 runs at the top of the 1st. The Bruins have been able to shut the Warriors down since then.
The other day we played and shot 1 over on the second.
Remind everybody that this afternoon's game is being brought to you by Wood Funeral Home and by Zoom's Sitco and by Gear Up Printing. Again, we appreciate our corporate sponsors for helping defray our costs. Bottom of the 4th for the Bruins will find Guillermo Gonzalez, the leadoff batter, and he will be followed by Steve Minge and a catcher, Tony Arena.
Well, Gonzalez had 57 at-bats, Tim, batting .386, 14 RBIs, 22 hits. Need to get something going for the Bruins. They're chipping away at it, but only 1 run at a time. Pretty soon you run out of innings, don't you?
Yep. Gonzalez flat out to the first baseman in the 1st inning. First inning. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. See if that double play sparks the offense here. And Gonzalez knocks the ball to right center field for a base hit. So the Bruins get the leadoff batter on as they did in the last inning. And that proved to be a great value as they scored 1 run. And now the batter will be the 3rd baseman, Steve Minge.
Steve is batting .340 coming into today's action. Scored 15 times, had 16 hits, a double, 2 doubles, and a single.
Took that first pitch for a ball, a little bit high. Rowe checks the runner.
Good shot.
Good look at the umpire, catcher, and the batter, and Rowe quickly over to first, but back easily is Guillermo Gonzalez.
Just want to let him know, I know you over there.
Yep.
Don't get too far off.
Strike called. Yeah, that was not his A move. That was his A, I see you over there. 1-1. Rowe working quickly. Woo, foul that one back as he
Boy, that
jammed
was-
it. I got a face full of dirt on that one. Came off of the backstop. That was fun.
Well, you didn't duck quick enough.
That was fun.
That was a little inside.
Yeah, it was. It almost hit him on the fists. Ball and 2 strikes. Outside, 2-2. Runner at first. Nobody out here in the 4th. Slow curve, but it's low and outside. He runs the count full now. And we'll see whether or not the runner might be going on this full count.
Brent Coyle doing a good job behind the plate for the Warriors.
And that one is high and tight. And so the base on balls is issued to Mingy. And Gonzalez moves down to second now as Tony Arena, the catcher, will be the batter. He flied out his first time up.
396, 48 at-bats this year. 1 double and 1 home run, along with 19 other hits.
Hits sharply in the hole. That'll be, oh, nice stop. No chance to make the play, but a good effort by the shortstop. I thought
I
that
don't
ball
know
was
if you
fine.
did you see Bouchard down there? He was jumping. He must have been about 4 foot off the ground, and he was yelling, "Save, save!"
Well, I was ready to rule that one a base hit, and just a superb effort by the
man.
shortstop. What is that young man's name on
A shortstop?
the shortstop for Kecoughtan, number 14? That's Chris Klein.
Chris Klein. He's had a
Well, you know, but again, and I'm not
good
going to.
game.
This is not that old announcer's thing where he makes the call and then he backs up to correct himself. This grass is tall, and
Yeah.
that ball looked like it was sharply hit and looked like it would easily make it through the infield, and it slowed the ball down considerably so that Klein did have a chance, but
But
the
he made
effort
a
was there.
superb effort and almost got the runner.
Yes, he did, almost. But the Bruins now, with nobody out, have the bases loaded.
Well, Walsh batting .244 coming in today's contest. 41 at-bats.
And a big strike curveball. That ball broke about 6 feet.
He's had a triple and 2 doubles along with 10 other hits.
Jammed him. And the first baseman with a diving catch. All the runners will get back safely. But a beautiful effort to get that ball. That was going to be some possible problem there. You know, the runners were able to anticipate that.
Jason Stover, nice play.
So with 1 out now, bases still loaded. And Ricky Ray steps to the plate. And he had a double last time up. The Bruins would love to see him do that all over again.
Just a sophomore is Ray. Well, I think we call him a freshman. He's a sophomore. He's playing first now, isn't he?
You went to another grade level while we were playing? That's pretty good. Just off the plate, and I mean just off the plate. That ball was a good-looking pitch, but just missed.
Well, no, it's Kenton Ray that's the no, he's what's he?
Don't
He's a
confuse me
junior.
now.
He's
Don't
a
confuse me.
junior.
Curveball in the dirt. So Sean Rowe has put himself in a tough spot here with the count 0-3 and the bases full of Bruins. So you know Ricky Ray is going to get a good-looking pitch here, more than likely.
Yes, he is.
Now, whether or not Bouchard has got the green light on is another question. And he does not, and Ricky Ray gets the walk and an RBI for the Bruins.
Well, Ricky Ray has walked only 4 times coming in, but he did a good job watching the ball that time.
So the Bruins still have them loaded and now have cut that deficit to 4. John Green says, look, we got to have a little conference here and talk this over, guys.
A little powwow.
Hey, that would be appropriate, right?
Well, when you're a
When you're a warrior.
you have powwow.
Travis Cobb is the batter. Top of the order up for the Bruins as they will try and continue to slice into that Kecoughtan lead. Warriors broke out on top 7-0. Bruins came back with 1 in the first to make it 7-1. Went down in order in the second. Scored a run to make it 7-2 after 3, and now in the fourth inning, they've scored 1 and still have the bases loaded with 1 out. If you just joined us, you're watching the Warriors and the Bruins. Bethel and Kecoughtan, recorded the 7th of May, 1999. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz and the Channel 46 crew here at Bruin Park. Hope you're enjoying this contest. It's been a good one so far.
It really has.
Getting better all the time. Starting to tighten up a little bit here. Fouled out of play down the first baseline. On deck is Tucker. Antone Tucker. I'm going to correct my pronunciation of his first name, and I think it's Antone.
Travis Cobb played in the Virginia Commonwealth Games for 2 years on the traveling scout team for the New York Mets. This summer he's playing for the traveling Wooden Bat Scout League for Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, I'd like to know more about that. I've never heard of that before.
I didn't either.
This one hit to the shortstop. Backs up, throw to third, and that should be in time, but a run does score. So the fielder's choice. And now 2 outs, but the Bruins get another run and make that deficit just 3 runs now.
Tucker batting .404, Tim. He's had 16 stolen bases. When he gets on base, he's ready to go.
Well, 17 because he stole 1 early.
That's right. So he's either going to go Delaware Tech or Leesburg College, but whoever gets him going to get a good one.
Takes the
good
pitch
baseball
for a
player.
Strike.
You know, that's great to have 3 seniors and all 3 of them getting scholarships.
That's wonderful. 7-4, Kecoughtan, seeing their lead starting to shrink. Tucker fouled down the first baseline, out of play. Ricky Ray over at second. Travis Cobb at first. Bruins with a couple of runs in here to make that 7-2 lead a 7-4 lead.
Well, now Tucker's had 19 singles, 3 doubles, and a home run.
Well, guess what? A home run right now would make it a 7-7 game. And he got that one.
Oh, man, did you call
it? Did he get enough?
That's gone.
It is gone.
We got a tie game. You call that, man. What do you? Let me know the numbers on the lottery, will you?
Well, that's one way to do it.
Well, that'll tell you something, that a 7-0 lead is not a lock in any sense of the word.
No, sir.
Joe Horrell says it must be his luck that he's bringing to the Bruins. He said he's going to have to come more often. Hey, if you could hit the golf ball that far and that straight, you'd be all right, wouldn't you? But you score, so what's the difference, right?
Well, that gives him 3 ribbies on that swing. He's 2 for 3 on the afternoon. And Mr. Tucker.
Well, he came in with 13 RBIs, and now he's got 16.
Yep.
And 2 home runs. We got a new pitcher.
Actually, he's got
Danny
4
Williams.
RBI because he had the RBI that got the second run in when he had that double. He scored Ricky Ray from second. So
Danny Williams has got a 3.11 ERA. He's going to be pitching. He's pitched in 27 innings, allowed 32 hits, 22 runs, and only issued 7 walks.
Well, the Bruins have rocked the Warriors for 5 big runs here in the 4th inning to move from a 7-2 deficit to a 7-all tie.
And Tim, while we do have this time, let me let the people and the fans know that WHCS Channel 46 welcomes you to the Math Zone. This is a live televised interactive call-in program for students to get help with their math. Join Tyler Elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis Middle School teacher Sherry Martin. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., give them a call at 850-5426. Tim, this is going to go all through the summer also, not just during the school year.
Well, and I wonder, I'm curious, I don't live in Hampton, but I've heard that there are a number of schools now that are year-round schools in Hampton. I don't think any of the high schools have moved to that.
Well, we have, I think, middle school has, Sprantley has both. They have a session year-round and then a regular session, and I think one of the elementary schools are that way too. But this is something that allowed the students to stay active with the math and not lose it during the summer. And I think this is a good call to have this thing year round. All right, what else changes we have?
We'll pick them up as we go along here, but we do know that Danny Williams has moved to the pitcher's mound. We've got a new player down at first base, I believe.
That's Jason DeBusk.
And our batter is Kenton Ray. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Doubled and scored in the first and struck out in the third.
We got a new right fielder too, so
we'll pick those up as we go along. A 2-out, 3-run homer by Antone Tucker has tied this ball game up.
Well, Ray's batting .351 at 57 at-bats, has had 20 hits, 5 doubles, and 1 home run himself.
Yeah. That's right.
Pitch is in the dirt from Williams. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Brent Coyle doing a good job behind the plate. Notice that little thing that he has on his shin guards? The knee saver will not let his knees come all the way down. First time I've seen those.
Yeah.
They're called knee savers.
Well, that's good, because the 30 seconds I once caught, I could have used it.
Well, and and you know what? You can put a little spring in there.
It
pop you up real quick.
Lord knows I could use that right now. I'm going to check into that. So the base on balls with 2 outs allows Kurt Smith to come to the plate. He's hit the ball well. He had a single in the first inning and fly it out deep to right his last time up. Quick throw over to first to make sure that Kenton Ray doesn't go too far off the bag.
Well, Tim, he's batting .405 with 37 at-bats, has hit the ball well, 15 singles, a double, and 2 home runs.
Ray is going on the pitch, and he will reach second easily with a stolen base.
Well, he has had 14 stolen bases coming in today, Tim, so he is a runner. And that puts him in scoring position, and that's exactly what Bouchard wants.
And Smith again gets under the ball. This one is going to be deep to center field and playable for the 3rd out, but that ball was not too far from being another home run. So Smith has hit the ball extremely hard, but this time keeps it in the ballpark. And the Bruins are finally through in the inning, but let me do my math here. They had a great inning. They had 5
Get your calculator
runs.
out.
Let me get my backers going here. So they had 3 hits in the inning to give them 7 unofficially for the game. And walks hurt the Warriors that time, as Kenton Ray walked, as did Mingy, as did Ricky Ray. So the walks came back to haunt them, as so often they do. And after 4 complete now, our score is Bethel 7 and Kecoughtan 7. While you were talking golf with your buddy there, I was telling all the fans that we Do have these 3 corporate sponsors again this afternoon. Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. Gear Up Printing with Tommy Gear and his group. Give them a call at 827-8277. And Zooms, David Allen's group. Great place to go get your car filled up with gas and fill yourself up with some great food while you're there. Beantown coffee, Krispy Kreme donuts. Their potato wedges.
Coca-Cola, fried chicken.
Potato wedges and fried chicken are just too good. I'm kind of salivating just thinking about it.
You're drooling all over your paperwork.
They don't need any work. All right, the leadoff batter will be Craig McKinney. He is 1 for 2 this afternoon, and his first pitch is a strike. He will be followed, or at least due up, is Nolan Cutler, and the DH, Jacob DiCarlo. This one gets away from Tony Arena. As no one on base, no problem, no harm. Top of the 5th.
Well, Craig was MVP as a 10th grader. He can play every position, has a lot of speed on the base pass. So, young man, not only with a 3.39 GPA, he's a 12th grader. Just can play everywhere. I'm sorry, he's a 10th grader. No, he's 12th grade. He's number 10. There we go. I'll get it straight.
Hits the ball left side, shortstop, and again, hops up on him and gets away from him.
Just kind of handcuffed him.
It looked like it took a bad hop, but let the official scorer figure that one out. I'm going to call it a base hit for the time being because I can.
You can do that. Who do we have batting now? We got Nolan Cutler.
Well, his daddy over to my left said he'll give him an E6, so he's not as generous as I am.
Oh, Lord.
Tough on the kid, huh? E6, all right. So Nolan Cutler will step in with a runner. The Warriors had led 7-0. If you joined us late, they opened the game with 7 runs, and this time Cutler hits it to Gonzalez, and he is in time at second base. So no error that time.
Ask his daddy about that one.
That was a good play.
And he'll say, "That's my boy."
That's right. Funny how that works, huh? So 1 away now. And the batter, as I said, the DH, Jacob DiCarlo.
Batting .213 coming in today's contest. Been in 99 innings, 47 at-bats, 10 singles, and a triple.
So Kurt Smith gets behind the batter. 2 balls and no strikes.
Jacob is just a 9th grader, Tim. Got a 3.6 GPA.
Jammed him, and he fouls it out of play down the first baseline. That ball inside on the fists. Beautiful breeze blowing out here this afternoon. If you haven't been out to see a game, I think there's one more game left in the regular season, so come on out.
And they got the tournament coming up, so they've got some good baseball left on the peninsula.
This one is chopped in the dirt, foul. No indecisiveness.
Arena like a cat coming out of that.
No indecisiveness on the umpire's part. He called out a foul ball instantly. 2-2 the count, with 1 out and a runner on first. Kecoughtan trying to get the lead back. This one's chopped foul down the third base side. Hope this game doesn't go into extra innings. You got me a super big gulp before we started.
You may need another one? Is that what you're worried about?
No, I'm worried about the one I've got. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Quick throw down to first. Back easily. But DiCarlo is a strikeout victim. That is the third strikeout of the game by the Kecoughtan Warriors. And it brings up the former second baseman, now the pitcher for Kecoughtan, Danny Williams.
Danny is 11th grader, first year on the varsity. Played on a JV team last year. On the very first game, he stole 2 bases and scored a run. Now, that's the way to start off, isn't
Yeah.
it? Shows a lot of speed as well as tremendous ability to pitch.
And he's 1 for 2 this afternoon, doubling in the first and grounding out in the fourth. Checked
Well,
the
he's
third.
had 39 at-bats, 9 hits, singles, 2 doubles, and a triple.
Arena, good job of digging that one out of the dirt and almost got the runner back at first as he rifled it down there to Ricky Ray, but runner got back in time. 1-1 the count with 2 away. Top half of the 5th, 7-all is our score. And a swing and a miss. Couldn't hold on to it.
That ball just broke right down almost into the dirt. Arena did a good job of getting on it. He stopped it.
Ball and 2 strikes. Swung and missed. Ball got away from Arena, but he throws him out at first.
Arena, good job.
So that does it for the Warriors. They get a runner, but cannot move him over. Base hit by McKinney goes for naught as the Warriors now with 11 hits unofficially.
Mr. Woods. I told him, I said, what are you doing over here? Hampton High's not playing. He said, they fooled me. They played it yesterday and didn't tell me about it. So he come on. He likes sports. He didn't care who's playing.
That's right. See, you don't have to be out here watching your favorite team. You can be out here just watching. You know how much it costs to see these games?
How much?
Nothing. They're free.
And why aren't there more people here? The word needs to get out.
Price is sure right.
Well, David Allen Zooms is recognized as a senior on each one of the teams this year that we're doing during the spring: softball, baseball, and soccer. With the highest GPA, these players will receive a plaque for outstanding academic excellence, and that'll happen the first school board meeting in June. Bethel, we have softball Nicole McDonald, and baseball Travis Cobb. At Hampton, we have softball Cheryl Tate, and baseball Gabe Hildegass. At Kecoughtan, we have baseball Chris Lesser, girls soccer Christy Cohen, boys soccer Jason Stewart. At Phoebus, we have baseball Adam Wright, girls soccer Jennifer Jennings, and boys soccer Brian Levick. Still waiting for the girls and boys soccer from the Bethel Bruins and the Hampton, and of course softball from Kecoughtan and Phoebus, and we will give you those when we get them.
Bottom half of the 5th. Leadoff batter is Guillermo Gonzalez, whose daddy is keeping the scoreboard working this afternoon.
Well, he's just sophomore, Tim. Been on the team for 2 years. Last year he started out in JV, and then he was moved up. He was a pinch hitter and a DH. Played for the AAU in the Peninsula Warriors for 2 years, 13 and 14-year-old.
Hit it to the right side, and easy play by the second baseman for the out.
Hey. Hello.
So that'll bring up the third baseman, Steve Mingy, who started the game.
Yeah, he's
Pitcher.
batting 400 coming into today's game.
Neither one of the starting pitchers is still around.
Mingy, 16 singles, 2 doubles, a triple.
Takes the first pitch for a strike. Williams delivers, and this one is hit foul down the third base side.
Now, and something else you do well, that's a hook.
I do all those things.
You hook it, you
I couldn't hit it
slice
to center field, but I can hit it to right or left.
right or left, and you're not sure when it.
No. Oh, you mean you're supposed to be able to know? No.
That always helps.
Yeah, that sun's starting a little warm on my back. Could you move a little bit and kind of block that sun for me?
Sure. Why not? You
wish
helped
I'd
me
worn
out
my
during
white
one of those
shirt.
been on me all along, right?
I can pour some of my Big Gulp on you. I poured it on the console of my car getting out of the car. I can certainly do it for you.
On that new car?
Oh, it was not a pretty sight. One ball, 2 strikes to Mingy, and it's just off the plate. 2-2 the count with 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Williams delivers, and this one's outside too, so the count runs full.
We got a good game at tomorrow. He wants to see if we can use Oscar for 3 innings. So now I'm going to use Oscar on Tuesday.
Oh! Just caught the corner.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. Plate umpire's been doing a good job all afternoon.
Yes, he has. Tony Arena is the catcher, of course, had a home run against the Crabbers. Second year on the varsity. Going to Lee College. He also plays on our golf team. Another guy you can talk to. Gee, we got all kinds of
too many people I can talk to. That's the problem.
And they may all said, I don't want to talk to you, Tim.
Take those lessons. Ball and no strikes to Arena, and that's even up now as a call strike.
396 coming into today's contest.
So you
Walked 5 times.
And that one hit in the hole for a base hit. So Arena,
Just like it had eyes.
2 for 3 on the afternoon with the single to left.
Well, he's moved up 2 for 3, and he was batting 396.
Yep.
He's moved up.
And that gives Jared Ulsh a chance to bat here in the 5th with 2 outs.
He's been on. Jared's been on a team for 2 years. He said he backed up the great Matt Peters, which was the player of the game last year. So, and last year he batted 500.
Stuff with that great part there. I noticed he put that in quotes.
This year he received the Athletic Academic Award. 418 GPA, ranked 8th in his class.
Not too shabby.
No, sir.
Yeah, that throw over to first, Larry Hagan was telling the pitcher that it was a dead ball. He had never said that the play was ready to go yet, so he had not called the play back to action, if
Well, I
you
heard
will.
him say dead ball.
Yeah, it was
so.
a dead ball. He had never, he holds his hand up, and then he'll point to the pitcher and say play. And then once he says that, of course, everything is to go. Williams delivers outside.
Hulse batting 244 coming into today's contest. Has walked 6 times, only struck out 9.
Got a pinch runner, but I don't know if we recognize that fact, Bob. We got number 14 for the Bruins pinch running. That is
Josh
Lyles running for Arena. Ooh, that one in the back. So Jared Ulsh will get on base the hard way.
That's not the easy way to get on base.
Took one for the team. So, the Bruins now with a runner in scoring position with 2 down.
Josh Lyles, as 10th grader, has got a 3.95 GPA. He plays catcher. And he is now on second base. Marshall Ray, Ricky Ray, as he's like to call him, 3.08 GPA. Tim was on JVs last year, first year on the varsity.
So the Bruins trying to untie this game, 2 outs, and that one might do it, although it's hit pretty much right at the left fielder who misjudged the ball at first and was able to recover to make the 3rd out. So Ricky Ray just missed by a couple of inches of hitting that ball over the right fielder's head, but as it turns out, the Warriors are able to make the grab and stop the Bruins from getting any runs. Watch this replay. You're going to see the ball leaping over to get that catch for the 3rd out. The Bruins get another hit, so they have unofficially 8 in the ball game now. 7 runs, and we've completed 5, and we're still knotted up at 7 runs apiece. I'm going to have to do my 5th inning stretch here, Bob. My legs are in need of a stretch, so we're going to we'll let the fans, we'll let everybody else at home stand up and stretch, get a little circulation going.
You didn't fall, did you?
No, we're going to make it a new tradition. You refer to the 7th inning stretch. This is going to be the 5th inning stretch because they only play 7 innings, see? Here, if you stretch in the 7th inning, you're on your way to the parking lot.
Okay. Unless it's extra innings.
Unless it's extra innings, which we could be looking at if someone doesn't doing something here. You didn't have to join me, but we moved it to the 5th. We want to be innovative. All right, leading off for the Warriors is the leadoff man, Chris Klein.
Chris has had 24 hits, 2 doubles, and 6 home runs this year. He's got some good power, batting .471.
And he's 1 for 3 this afternoon. And he fouls this one out of play. One of the things I found, Bob, and I know you do a better job of keeping yourself in shape than I do, but found that in the last month during my move and all this stuff, I found parts of my body to hurt that I didn't know I had.
Where'd that come from, huh?
I tell you, I got hips that hurt, I got elbows that hurt, and swing and a miss. Kurt Smith powers the ball past Klein. And that makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chris Klein. Jason Stover is on deck, and due up after him is Sean Rowe. In the dirt. 2-2.
What a beautiful day it is for a ball game.
Sure is. And I'm out here. Strike 3.
Right on the corner. Beautiful pitch.
I would say that Chris Klein would dispute that with you, but it was a good-looking pitch. And that'll bring up Jason Stover. Jason doubled in the first, grounded out in the second, and then was reached on an error in the third. So he's 1 for 3.
3.3 GPA, Tim. Just a junior. Second year on the varsity, starter both years. He's in the Key Club. He went 3 of 4 in the very first game against Woodside this year. 3 of 4 ain't bad to start off, is it?
And Gonzalez, again, has trouble with that hopper and stretching it for second, and he should be out, and he is.
Almost stretched it.
So Stover, who had made it safely on the air, trying to catch the Bruins, not necessarily paying attention to him, but that didn't work out. So Stover out, going to second. And the Bruins now with 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Well, Sean played JV as an 8th and 9th grader, and then he's just a sophomore. When he was moved up last year for the last 5 games, was the captain of the JVs. Was also captain of the JV football team this year. Played middle linebacker and fullback. He's a member of the Math Honor Society. As you'd expect with a GPA of 4.2.
Long throw, and they say not in time as the throw caused Ricky Ray to have to jump up to make the grab.
Well, he did a good job of getting the ball, Tim, but Sean went across the plate as he was coming down, the base as he was coming down.
Yep. So now we have, for the Warriors, first time at bat, this will be Jason DeBusk with 2 down here.
That's it.
Just outside, quick throw down to first, and back easily is Rowe.
Well, I don't have any
feels good,
stats for him.
Breeze feels nice down here now. DeBusk hammers the ball deep left field, and it's a fair ball. Warriors going to try and score, but it's not going to work out as Rowe will be there.
What an awesome relay, Tim.
Good baseball played that time by the Bruins as that ball was hammered by DeBusk down the left field line, just inside the fair line. And Rowe, trying to score all the way from first base, was nailed at the home plate. So the Warriors had an opportunity. They had a man reach on an error, but I guess it could be, and I don't want to be judgmental, but I guess you could question him being sent to second because he was out rather easily on the error at shortstop. And then this time, Rowe trying to aggressively, and I appreciate their aggressiveness, and that's what you have to look at. Warriors didn't want to make this a 7-7 all game. They want to make it an 8-7 game.
Well, absolutely. And, Tim, and you come out here to win, and you try to make some things happen. You've got to have a perfect throw, and it was a tremendous throw from the left fielder to the cutoff man who just – he was way ahead of the runner.
Oh, it was one of those things where you're the runner, you say, oops, because the catcher was just standing there waiting for him at home plate. But the aggressive play for the Warriors does not work to their advantage here, and they had a couple of hits in the inning. Actually they had one hit in the inning. They had the hit by DeBusk, and after 5.5, we're still tied at 7. So we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning, still tied at 7. And for the Bruins, they'll have the top of the order. Travis Cobb, Tucker, and Ray are the batters due up.
Well, the Bruins are batting .328 as a team coming into today's contest.
I think you said the Warriors are .325.
So both of these teams are hitting the ball well.
Yeah, I'd say.
Travis, 4-year starter at Bethel.
Takes the pitch outside.
Has 1 home run, 9 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. Going to Campbell University is Travis.
2 balls and no strikes to the batter. Hit the right side. This could drop in. It will. So the leadoff batter for the Bruins reaches safely with a single to right. And now Tucker with a 3-run homer in the 4th inning, rather. Tied this game up.
Well,
Tucker with 4 ribby this afternoon.
So that means add that to his 13. He's got 17, was batting .44 coming into today's contest. And Roger says, listen now, let me show you how to hit the ball. Wait a minute, Roger, you hit a home run last time.
Well, you might be talking strategy here, and
Yeah.
you don't want to take the bat out of a good hitter's hands, but they got a tie ball game, bottom of the 6th. This game is scheduled for 7. So if you can get a run or two here, you can go into the top of the 7th. If you can shut the Warriors down, you win the game.
There you go.
So you got to think about it from the point of view of let's see about pushing that runner over to second. You might sacrifice him. You might.
Well, and it makes the Kecoughtan bench start thinking too. What are they going to do?
Absolutely.
For all your printing needs, give Tom Gear a call at Gear Up Printing at 827-8277. We got your friend flying around over here.
Old friend of mine.
He's right next to me.
Just don't make him mad. Williams delivers, and Tucker shows bunt, pulls it back, and doesn't get the call. And Williams said, okay, maybe he didn't take the swing at it, but it sure looked good. Didn't get the call. Crowd's gotten real quiet here. That one's a called strike, so that one was in the groove.
That one right over the corner.
Tucker looks down at Bouchard at third, gets the signal. Take, swing, bunt. What are you going to do? 1-1. And runner on first. Bruins trying to come back from a 7-0 deficit. Curveball in the dirt. The runner is down to second easily. So Travis Cobb with a stolen base.
Well, that's his. He had 18 stolen bases coming in today's contest, so that's 19. But that's the only one he's had so far this game. He leads the Bruins in stolen bases.
So now the Bruins with a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And now if you're Tucker, you're swinging away, and this will advance the runner if nothing else. And they can't get Tucker at third either, first rather either, and that will end up with a run scoring as Cobb comes in to score.
Well, whatever Bouchard talked about, the strategy worked.
We got to be thinking about our players of the game.
Yeah, you've got all the statistics over there.
Yeah,
So I'm just going to kind of put it right on your lap.
Well, now the Bruins have untied this game as they've made it 8-7 here, and still nobody out. Tucker over at first. He's already shown us he's got good speed, so he will be looking to be aggressive, I'm sure.
Well, he's only had 7 stolen bases, but a lot of times that's because you're not on that many times in a stealing situation.
Come get that money from me.
Bluff over to first. Gets Tucker back there. So Ray now. And a throw over to first. The Busk comes off the bag and makes the catch okay, but Tucker is back easily.
Excuse me, Tim. Ray is a junior. He's got a 3.25 GPA, plays center right, and he also pitches.
He nubs this one back to the pitcher. This will be a tough play. Williams just gets the runner at first.
Man, that could go down as a sacrifice.
It works just as well as one.
Yes, it does.
All right, Smith, think ribeye.
So now Tucker is on second base. And Kurt Smith, who has hit the ball really well all day long, he's gotten a lot of metal, as there's a wood on the ball, but metal on the ball.
Well, he's a junior, been on the team for 3 years, 3.7 GPA, pitches as well as plays first. Base average is 429.
And he paced this one foul, just foul down the first baseline. Tucker moving on the contact. But he'll have to go back to second. Bottom of the sixth.
Excuse me, Tim. Kurt came in batting .405, 2 sacrifices, been hit twice by a pitch, 6 walks and 6 strikeouts.
And that is another one almost in the same spot, fouled by about 4 or 5 feet. So Smith ahead of the pitcher, I should say, swinging a little too early. We're in the bottom of the sixth. The Bruins have scored a run to make it 8-7 now, after having trailed the entire game. Never have led till this point. They kept pecking away, and that's the thing. You can't go down 7-0 the first inning and then go home.
You can't quit. And the Bruins with a 12-4 kind of lets you know that they do play games from behind as well as getting ahead and hanging on to it.
That's why they play all 7 innings, right?
Yes, sir. You can't come and just play 5.
Low for a ball. So 2-2 the count now with 1 out.
We ahead of him with two strikes and no balls. You're not going to give him anything real good to look at. Maybe get him to go for one of those bad pitches. So good patience up there does Kurt.
Runner is going, and foul tip can't be held onto, so that would have been a strikeout if the catcher could have held it, but foul tip is one of the toughest things in all.
When they swing at the ball and miss it, that's tough on me. I mean,
I got my eyes closed, all that stuff.
I need a mitt is about the size of my body.
Williams delivers, and it's low, so that will be an opportunity for Tucker to go down to third as the ball gets away from the catcher. Probably would be ruled as a wild pitch. So now the Bruins, with just 1 out, have a runner on third. Full count to Kurt Smith.
Joe's gonna do the MD.
And that one is hit to DeBusk. DeBusk handles it and is able to keep Tucker at third base.
Bus did a good job, Tim, of making sure that ball did not get by him. I do not have anything on Mr. DeBus.
So 2 outs now. Guillermo Gonzalez is the batter.
All right, baby.
Popped out, singled, and grounded out. 1 for 3 on the afternoon.
He participated in Junior Olympics last year for the 16 and under team while 15 years old. He started at shortstop and played 12th in the nation. Played on the Virginia Diamonds. 3.5 GPA, just a sophomore.
Ball and no strikes to the batter. Long throw in time to record the out. So Tucker had come in from third, but the play was in time to prevent the run from scoring. So Gonzalez is out short to first, and that completes 6 innings. So now the Bruins, top of the 7th, will have to shut down the Warriors, and that would give them the win.
How are we doing on tape?
Legion All-Star game. He said,
We won't get through. Yeah. Change that.
All right, we're going to return to Bruin Park for the conclusion of today's baseball game after this brief timeout.
yeah.
Craig Lesser's been accepted to both Florida State University and Virginia Tech.
This one is hit high to the right fielder, and he's under it to make the grab for out number 1. That's Chris Lesser flying out to right. And that brings up Craig McKinney, or at least the due-up batter is Craig McKinney, although I think we're going to have, no, it is Craig, okay. And then Nolan Cutler is also due up to follow McKinney. I got to do some quick statistics here on my players of the game. I think I got the easy one here, which is the Bruins.
Okay.
That was the easy one.
Well, I tell you, I kind of like Chris Klein's done a good job for the Warriors. Just, you know, coming right off the top of my head, Sean Rowe's done a good job. He's had a little trouble.
Oh, made me flinch.
Well, I saw you move.
I was
a
looking
little bit.
at my score sheet and made me flinch. They're shooting at us. I kind of like Sean Rowe as my choice for the Warriors.
Well, you're the man. I'm letting you pick him.
Okay, we're going to go with Sean Rowe and Antone Tucker. That won't be too hard to figure out with 4 ribbies and played a good game this afternoon. Strike called. 1 out, 2 balls, and 1 strike. No runners on right now for the Warriors. They're down by 1. Got to come up with a run here to keep this one going. Just off the plate. Kecoughtan 7-9. Bethel 12-4, trying to make it 13-4.
Well, I tell you, Kurt Smith's done a good job coming in and
he has. Hit to the right side, out number 2. So the Warriors down to their last out. Joined us late. The Warriors opened the game with 7 runs in the first inning on 8 hits. And the Bruins just kept coming back. Antone Tucker with 4 RBI, a home run, 3-run homer, which tied the ball game. And then the Bruins, in the bottom of their 6th inning, got a run to go ahead. And now the Bruins looking to close this one down. Smith, who's done an excellent job coming in relief. He's looked real strong. A little bit high.
first year I did, I took time.
2 balls and no strikes to the batter. 2 down here, top of the 7th.
Well, Cutler's had a home run this year.
High ball 3. So the Warriors just looking to get someone on base. Keep this one going.
That's right. You got to get the tying run on base.
I would have to think that 3-0, this would not be a time when he'd be swinging, and the ball is high anyway, so the Warriors are still alive. They've got a base runner. And the DH due up is Jacob DiCarlo. DiCarlo has been on base twice this afternoon and looking for nothing else but to move that man into the home plate, because with 2 outs, can't do any sacrificing. You got to keep him alive with a hit, an error, or walk, something like that.
Good shot of the runner at first.
Strike called.
Right on the corner. Good location.
All the folks here at Bethel High School.
Oh, I tell you, yes, sir, Roger Bouchard and his crew done a great job. Appreciate all he's done, and John Green and his group. Appreciate all he's done.
We've got a pinch runner out there. No, we don't either. That's Cutler running for himself. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I thought I saw a different number than I saw.
Saw a different number than you saw?
Yep.
You're bad as my brother.
Something different than I saw, but I didn't see something different. I saw what I saw. Huh?
Sound like my brother. He says, well, that's what I thought I heard you say. Oh, okay.
This is serious tough time now for the Warriors. They are, as we mentioned at the top of this game, they're battling to stay in 6th place, which qualifies them for the tournament. And they got a runner at second now. They need him to keep this game alive. And this one is chopped right side. Second baseman will come up with it. And a throw in time for the final out of the ball game. So the Bruins come from behind in a 7-run deficit to win with a run in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and to win the game by the final score of 8-7.
Well, we want to thank our crew.
Oh, yeah. We've mentioned their names. I guess we could do it again.
Oh, we could do it again. You want to mention them this time? You want me to?
Sure. We got your basic Don Scharouse helping us out. Andy Foley. Got Bev Penn working the instant replay. Scotty Bowers is our director and all-around head guy. Nathaniel Braxton. Ron Baton.
Well, Foley doesn't do just the graphics now. He does audio, too. No, he's multi-talented.
Of course.
And
the first to tell you.
Yeah, in fact, he was the first to tell me that he was multi-talented. We want to thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations, now 4, I believe. Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director, and by Gear Up Printing. Call Tommy Gear and the group over at Gear Up Printing, 827-8277. Players of the game, Antone Tucker with a 3-run homer, 4 RBI. Great afternoon for Antone. And for the Kecoughtan Warriors, we went with Sean Rowe.
Sean Rowe.
An excellent effort, and a number of other Warriors could have easily been considered as well as they were. But that's it. So the final score again, Bethel comes from behind to win by the final score of 8-7. For the entire Channel 46 crew and Bob Hens, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody.